Hello, this is Madeline Lim here at Lowin, and today I'm here with our managing partner and attorney, Mr. Jacob Lee. Hi, Jacob.
Hi. Hello. My name is Jacob Lee. I'm a managing partner of Lowin, and I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I am your lawyer. It's nice to see you again.
So yeah, he's your lawyer. Today we'd like to talk about traffic crimes, as the statistics show that there has been 700% increase in traffic crimes.
Yes, correct.
Of the foreigners living in Korea for the past 10 years. While the total crime rate increased double, 200%, but only the traffic crimes increased 700%. So Jacob, how can you explain that, the 700% increase?
Yes, as far as I'm concerned, this event, this result is because of the long-term stay increased of foreigners. Foreigners in Korea, they usually live short-term, but recently they have lived in Korea long-term stay.
I see.
So the traffic accident increased because of this reason.
I see. Yeah, so for the short-term foreign living stay, they don't have to drive cars or anything like that.
Yes.
But if you live here long-term, stay here long-term, then you get to drive car, and then that is connected to the traffic crimes.
Yeah.
So what kind of traffic offenses are there?
There are several things. Offensive traffic accidents. First of all, the hit and run.
Hit and run.
You get a very severe felony, and driving without a driver's license. It is a very not a misdemeanor.
Oh, yeah.
And DUI,
DUI.
intoxicated and alcohol, and by drug, and especially school zone accident in Korea. It is a very severe accident, and dangerous driving and threatening driving is a newly accidents in Korea.
I see. So there are all sorts of different traffic offenses, and then we would like to talk one by one and then get you prepared not to offend any of those crimes. So if the traffic accident occurs, then everybody would be panicked.
Yes.
And then they'll get, anxious about things. But you have to be calm. And then for especially foreigners, if your resident address is not fixed, is not stable, then you are also in danger of getting arrested or getting detained.
Yes, right.
The police or the law enforcement, they want to make sure that you are there for investigation, so they choose to detain you. So if you want to avoid that, it is very important that as quickly as possible you have a lawyer to represent you. Then they talk with your lawyer and they do investigation through your lawyer, and then the residence address is made sure. So they let you release, or they choose not to arrest you. So that is also very important, right?
Yes, right. Hiring a lawyer makes you make credit for your status, because police always trust the lawyers, so you need to make some credit for your case. So I recommend you to hire your lawyer if you can.
Yeah, so it's not, I don't think it is a choice of matter of choice. You must, it is very critical. You must have a lawyer represent you. But right on the scene of accident, you don't have enough time or luxury to appoint a lawyer. So our very important tip before that is that you call your friend who can speak English and your language and Korean both, so that there is no misunderstanding to the police or anybody. So you better not to say anything if you're not comfortable with Korean, but call your friend who can help you with the Korean language and your language, so that you can have explanation fully. And then also in your compartment of your car, or compartment of your vehicle, make sure you have telephone number or the business card of attorney that you have in mind, and so that you can have a call right away after you call your friend. That is very
Yeah,
critical,
right. And the fact occurred when your car accident can be explained by your friend, Korean friend. But the legal point, your friend cannot explain for your policeman. So you need two people: one, your Korean friend, and two, your lawyer.
Yeah. So for the lawyer, having a telephone number or business card in your vehicle compartment or on your smartphone, you take a picture of their website, their phone number, so that in case of emergency, you can contact them right away. So that is very critical point. And then from now, we'd like to talk about each and different offenses of traffic, so that you don't have to, or you can shy away. You don't have to offend those kind of offenses. So our lawyer, Jacob, will explain one by one. So why don't we start with drunk driving?
Okay.
So what one should do not to offend the DUI crimes, offenses?
DUI offenses need to start from the blood alcohol content level. Korean standard is 0.03.
0.03%.
0.03%.
How much is it?
It is a cup of beer within 1 hour.
Oh,
It's a very high standard, high bar.
then almost everybody could get
Easily,
offending.
yes, easily offend
cup of
the standards. There are a lot of countries. They have the alcohol standard about 0.05 or 0.8%. But Korean, we have just 0.03%. It is a very high standard in global standards.
Yeah, because as I understand, the United States, their blood alcohol level limit is 0.08%.
That's right.
But ours is 0.03. So no wonder the traffic offenses has increased.
Oh yes, right. So you need to check your blood alcohol level.
So 0.03% is equivalent of a cup of beer. So if you drink any alcohol, then just don't drive home. But the next day, if you drank wine or soju or beer or whatever the night before, but the next morning, if you don't have any hangover, even to that, you better not drive, but subway or taxi, right?
Yes, right. According to some reports, the blood alcohol contents will be lasted 8 hours more. So 0.03% is a very low blood alcohol content.
I see.
In the morning, you can drive, but your alcohol in your body will hit the bar 0.03%.
I see. I mean, I thought that normally the next day would be fine, but next morning your blood alcohol level could be still reaching that point. But do the police crack down in the morning?
Yes. Recently, in these days, Korean police they crack down the driving in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening.
Why? I mean,
It is the policy.
really?
Yes, Korean government drunk drive punishment policy. So you need to be careful.
I see. Because drunk driving, it is very dangerous. I mean, it is crime. I mean, you can kill anybody by being vehicle. So I mean, yeah, that is understandable. So they enforce the crackdown on drunk driving not only in the evening or night, late at night, but morning and lunch hours. So you don't expect to end. And then I also heard that they do the checking of blood alcohol level in front of the toll gate.
Yes, right. It's a very convenient style.
Because everyone has to go through the toll gate, so everyone check.
We should go through the toll gate, so policemen stay in front of the toll gate and check your blood alcohol content.
So there is no easy way out once you drink, so don't drive. Don't you dare.
In the morning, you need to be careful.
Right. So night before, if you drank alcohol, then the next day take taxi or subway or bus.
Yes, taking a bus, taking subway for your commute.
So you can guess that punishment would be also very harsh. So what would the punishment be normally for the drunk driving?
Drunk driving is imprisonment over 1 year, and fine, about a fine, so 10 million won over. So it is a very harder than before. We had some easy law about the drunk driving, but nowadays we revised the law and we make harder, more harsh to take the drunk drive.
So I think the reasoning behind the strengthening the law, the Road and Traffic Act, is that to protect the pedestrian or the innocent civilian, because once you drink drive, then it is almost killing attempt.
Yes, right.
The law sees that way, so you better keep that in mind. And then punishment, if you cause traffic accidents and then fatality occurs, so if the victim gets dead, then you could get life sentence as well, up to life sentence. So be very careful. So drunk drive. So I think that any viewers who see this video, so they will not offend that. So no drunk drive. How about riding bicycle? If you drink and then ride bicycle, is that drunk driving?
Yes, right. The concept of car includes the bicycle and e-scooter.
Electric scooter.
Motor scooter is all kinds of vehicles, mobility included. Especially bicycle and e-scooter, electronical scooter is a very important, it's a hot issue in our Korean society.
Yeah, you know what? These days I see many charging stations for e-scooters on the street, pedestrian street. And then I see many people riding e-scooter, but especially on the crosswalk, bicycle or e-scooter, you're not supposed to ride it. You have to walk your bicycle or e-scooter, but I see everybody just violate the law.
By walk.
Yeah, but they ride in crosswalk.
Right, that's right.
And that is that is violating.
You must not. You must not ride on the pedestrian road and the other road. Not allowing for cars. In that case, you will be punished by the traffic accident.
You know what? Worse it can get is you drank a cup of beer, you ride your bicycle or e-scooter, and then you ride the crosswalk, and then accident occurs, then you're just busted.
Yes, there is a special law about in this case. In Korean, 교통사고 처리 특례법, and it is a very high standard.
There is a special act on traffic accidents.
Yes, you're right. The law punishment about the traffic accident in the crosswalk by bicycle, by electronical scooter. Will be punished by imprisonment 5 years under and fine under 20 million won.
Wow, that's very hard.
yes.
So you need to take this serious.
Many, a lot of foreigners don't know about this regulation,
Right.
and we Koreans
Korean national as well.
as well. So you need to very remember this.
Yeah, because I during this past 1 month, I checked every person that I see on the street riding e-scooter, and then I checked when they cross the crosswalk. Everybody was riding their e-scooter, and then they all violate the law. But at that time, the police didn't catch. But your luck is not always be with you, so you better try not.
Yes, right.
Now let's move on to unlicensed driving, and why there are so many cases for unlicensed driving, especially for foreigners, because many of them start driving in Korea with their international driver's license, but you know that after 1 year of your entry to Korea, the land of Korea, then it automatically expires.
Yes,
Just
right.
1 year with your international driver's license. After that, you are unlicensed driver, right?
Yes, right.
And then also there are, as I recall, about 140 countries that are joined with the government of Korea. Then if you have driver's license in
Exchange.
those countries,
Yeah.
then you can drive here, but not with that particular your driver in your home country, but you have to come in and then convert it to Korean driver's license.
Yes, right.
They convert it to you. So you have to go through that administrative steps. But without it, then you are lawbreaker, unlicensed driver, right?
You're right. You need to change your driver license to convert into Korean driver's license. Not your home country driver's license. It's not valid. In
It's
Korea.
not valid in
It's
Korea. Yeah.
invalid. So you need to check your driver's license.
Yeah, also the punishment for unlicensed driving is very, very severe. And then any alien in Korea, everything is connected to the visa extension and deportation issues. So everything you have to take it seriously, right?
Yes, right.
And then how about the next one? The hit and run.
Hit and run.
Oh, that is never. But people can, even if in my case, I mean, I didn't cause any accident yet, but if I were in their shoes, then anyone could be panicking and then fear. In a fear, they might run away, but that is not explainable. You should stay there and take care. Otherwise, the consequence will be just at its worst, and then the punishment could get doubled, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, please explain.
If you hit someone's car and some people, and take care. First of all, you need to take care of the injured people.
Yeah.
And then you need to call for the 119. You need to keep their lives. It is very important than your rights. It is very helpful for the injured people and help you for your diminish your sentence and your punishment. It's not a hit and run. You just hit and not running. So you are just traffic accident criminals. You are not a hit and run criminals. So
I see.
you need to remember this. This is very important. In hitting that moment, you don't run from the crime scene.
Yeah, because once you run away, then you are a criminal. So at the scene in the collision, and if or any accident, injury, or not necessarily death, but any those harm occur, then just think about helping the injured person, and then they can be taken into account for your punishment sentence, right?
Yes, right. In my experiences, you need to stop moving your car when you hit the a little bit small tiny accident. In that case, you must stop.
I see.
And you get off your car and check the victims or the situation.
Yes.
And then you need to exchange your name card, and you need to get the opponent name card. It is very
contact
important. You are
information.
not. If you don't this behavior, in that case you will be the criminal of hit and run in Korea.
So never run away. So I heard that there are also many hit and run case that you didn't even know whether you touched the car, contact the car or not, and then the driver said, "Oh, I'm okay." So you went away, but later they report to police that you are the hit and run driver. There are many cases
You
like
are a
that.
criminal.
I mean, the person said he or she was okay, then he reported to police for hit and run drive. I mean, that is awkward.
Yes, right. You need to give your name card at the moment, because in Korean traffic law, if you hit another car, in that case you need to check your address and opponent's address, exchanging, because the victim need to know about your address. So if you are not in Korea, you are a criminal of hit and run.
I saw even if you didn't run away, knowing that you caused an accident, but at the scene that it was very minimal, minor contact or touch. So that person said it was okay, but you want to stop your car and their car, and make sure you give your contact information, business card or phone number. Otherwise, later you could get accused of hit and run.
Standard process, write this. Hit at a tiny, and a collision. I'm not sure. I hit the car, and at the moment you need to stop your car right now and get off your car and check the opponent, the situations, and you give your name card to him and getting the opponent, the victim's name card.
I see.
But you don't stop. You didn't stop, and you didn't give your name card. You didn't check the situation of victims. In that case, you will be criminals in Korea.
So I could fall under that category without this knowledge. So if the other person said, "Oh, I'm okay," so you can go. Don't believe it, but make sure you give your phone number or contact information, and you check he or she's okay. But even if they said they are okay, but give your information, then you are safe. Right?
Yes, right. If they don't have their own name card, you need to check the victim's phone number.
Oh, I see.
And take your phone.
Exchange. I see.
Keep the phone number.
That is very valuable information, even to me as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
And the school zone drive. You know, since last year, the law was revised and the punishment is very harsh. And even myself, last 1 month, I got 2 tickets for violating school zone driving. I thought I was driving normal, but it was little over 30 kilometers an hour, and I got 2 tickets. And you don't want to do that.
Yes, okay.
And what is the punishment for that? School zone driving.
Injury.
Yeah, injury.
Just driving speed violate speed limit of 30 kilometer in school zone it is not felony, but child death in the school zone and child injury in school zone. It is a very severe felony.
I see.
Child death, the fatal result in school zone is for more than 3 years imprisonment, up to life sentence.
Oh, my goodness.
And child injury in school zone over 1 year to 15 years imprisonment. So it is a very severe criminal
I see.
case.
I know. I don't know if you have driven like under 30 kilometers. If you feel like you're walking, sleepwalking, not driving, and then you worry about people behind you honking at you. But no. You must stick to below 30 kilometers an hour, and it's like walking, but that is what the law said you should do. And if the accident's on top of that, then everything is just at its worst. So keep in mind.
Yes, right. So when you saw 30 kilometers per hour speed limit, and you think you are a total.
Total, like sleeping, walking, resting, but that's how you should do.
Okay.
And then I heard that the city governments and the local government, municipalities, they start to build a bumpy road in the school zone, but it's on the way, but you have to always watch that school zone sign not to violate the law, right?
Yes, right.
And lastly, we want to talk about the deportation or the visa extension issues for foreigners or aliens living in Korea. Because if you offend any traffic law, and if it becomes criminal offense, then you have to take care of that. But that is directly connected to your immigration issue.
Yes, right.
And then for traffic violation, if it is aggregated, fine is over 7 million won, or one incident is 5 million won, then you are subject to deportation. And then for if you get actual sentence of imprisonment, then you after you serve the sentence, you get deported right away. So it is not casual matters. You have to take it seriously. But with your lawyer's help, if lawyer is excellent, then you could fight and then take care of, deal with this situation. So maybe there's a way that you can avoid deportation, or you can get your visa extended. So let me ask him about that. So yeah, what is the attorney's lawyer like your role for helping?
It just means you need to check your status in Korea. The immigration office have to start about your deportation. So there are so many cases in my case. Okay, in my cases, we can make up our clients things in their case. They didn't need to go out from Korea without deportation. They have lived in Korea with their family, their friends, their employees, their employer. So you need to give up. You don't need to give up for the first time of the offense is subject to deportation. You need to remember. You have to remember, it is the starting point of your case.
Oh, starting point. That is very good expression. But once you get the letter, it says deportation order. You have to leave within 30 days. But once you get the letter, you don't even have 30 days. It's like 15 days or 2 weeks. And because I've seen many clients like that who came into our office. And I myself was a foreign alien in the United States, so I know how they feel. So my heart goes with them. But don't panic. Our lawyers can help you. But fighting for yourself, you don't know what to do. So be wise and then get help right away. So you have your rights and you have your life here as well. So make sure that you have a lawyer defending or fight for you. And then lastly, with deportation issues and everything, because once in my life I was also foreigner in the United States.
Yes.
So I'm like talking about myself. So there are many things that foreigner, the aliens in Korea, they have to keep in mind. He said, when the collision, you're not even sure whether it was collision or not. You're not sure whether you touched the car or not. And then the other car, the driver said it's okay, and then you leave. Never, never, never. They could be turned into a hit and run drive. So you make sure that you stop your car and exchange your contact information, your phone number, your business card, and the other person's contact information as well.
Oh, yes, right.
Then you're perfectly safe. Because I heard that there are many cases of like accused of.
Yes, right. Yes, there are so many charges about like that.
I mean, that's hilarious.
Oh yes, it is a very. I don't understand why, but sometimes I think about this event. There are a lot of insurance criminal case, something like that. They didn't hit by someone, but they insisted they were injured people hit by car. I think it is almost the same.
So you're a foreigner in the land of Korea. You don't speak Korean well. You don't understand Korean well, but you have all the human rights. So be wise. In the past, there's a saying that knowledge is power, right? But I say information is power.
Your Korean Korean friend is your power in Korea. So you should make a few friends in Korea. Korean friend. They can make you defend your criminal case for your rights.
Yeah, so make sure you call your friend who can speak your language, whether English or other language in Korean. That's the first thing. And then you make sure that at least one lawyer that you have a mind so that you can contact right away in your compartment or in your phone. That is important thing. But also right on the scene, the accident scene, he said that it's not good idea to inform or call your boss or your work because your labor contract could get terminated right away. And then he's seen many cases of the English teaching instructors.
Yes, right, especially.
Yeah, can you tell me about it?
Okay. Yeah. If you have a contract of English teacher in cram school, it is a very weak position of labor law. So if you get an accident, of traffic accident, in that case, if you call to the boss or managed person, they can have some idea to terminate your contract immediately.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any contracts in Korea, you don't have any visa status, and you need to go out, but the police officer stop to go out, stop going out from Korea.
Yeah,
you need
not to depart Korea.
You need to be investigate in Korea. At the moment, you don't have any power to defend your life.
Yeah, so accident occurred and then you let your boss or your employer know, and then they terminate your labor contract right away. Then you don't have a labor contract, you don't have an employer, then your visa is at the risk. I mean, everything is just completely ruined. So it's not a good idea to call your boss. But if you're a boss, then you can call your employee, but not your employer. It's not a good idea. And also, if the accident is a minor collision accident, no injury or death, then you call your insurance company guy. insurance guy, not the police. But if the thing's not handled right away, and then it cause like traffic, then people call police, report to the police instead of you. Then once it is reported to the police, then it's not simple, right?
Yes, right. In my point of view, if you get a fatal traffic case, in that case, you don't have to contact your boss and your managing person because they don't have any information about the case, of legal information. So you just call your friend, your Korean friend, and then you should hire your criminal defense lawyer. I think he can speak English well, and he can hear your home country, your language. It will be enough. So you need to you have to make your case better than you can expect.
You know, I personally think that Mr. Jacob Lee, he's a born lawyer, because he digs it out. He does a lot of research on top of his own experience with clients.
Too much to take.
So he wants to give you real information so that you could get away with any kind of this bad situation. So today, make sure you call your friend right away, and then you make sure that you hire attorney right as soon as possible. Don't call your employer, and then even if it's the very minor collision, if it's not a collision, but you should stop and exchange information. And many tips and information ahead, like information is power, so he has given you power. So can you, what is your last comment to our viewers?
I can say you 4 words: stop, and exchange, and call, and hire.
Wow! So I told you he did a lot of homework. Once again, stop and call, and then what? Exchange and hire. Wow! So information is power. So we'll come back with a lot of information next time. Thank you very much.
Yes. If you like this video, click the thumbs up and subscribe our video. See you again.
See you again. Thank you very much.